Hey, how's it going? Wanted to make a quick video today on um, the things you need to do for preparation in order to be able to astral travel, and the kind of how you put your mind in a place that's able to do it. Number one, you have to be super relaxed, and you need to be in a state like right before when you fall asleep, because you're so relaxed but just barely awake. That is the space in which you can start to try to take your spirit or etheric body. Your spirit is just an imprint. The spirit is the imprint of the body. That's why when you leave your body, your spirit itself is simply the outline or the imprint of the body. And in Sanskrit, the word spirit actually means the breath. And so mentally, when you're trying to think about, I guess, where do you start, right? So we get in a very relaxed state, and what you want to do is prepare your mind for to be used to, or condition your mind, specifically the subconscious, to be able to leave the body. So one of the first things, so I guess, how do you do that, right? Well, you start by visualizing everything within your mind. And something that I put on a post maybe like a year ago or something, and I was talking about how to see out of the back of your head. And because when you are looking at things from an astral perspective, you can see in all directions. So I want to, I want to remember, so everyone, I would start in your house, because that is where you're going to be able to remember where everything is. So just to give you an example, when I close my eyes, I'm going to focus on the room, right? So let's just start with this room. I'm going to focus on the bookshelf, cabinet, the TV, where is that at? The tables, the pool table, the couches, the chair, the floor. All right? So you close your eyes and you start to visualize where everything is and every little detail that you can think of. What's it smell like? What's it sound like? What's it taste like? On everything that is going to be within your mental projection. So when I say I'm looking out the back of my mind or the back of my head, what I'm essentially doing is, because at first I had a hard time, dogs wanting to go out, essentially I had a hard time. I could do what was in front of me, and visualize everything, every detail, right? And don't do this when you're high. Your brain won't be able to, you won't be able to remember everything as well in the detail that you need to. And so what I do is I visualize everything in front of me, and instead of trying to look directly behind me and visualize what all this, the couch, the curtains, the blinds, the grids in the windows, the fence that's I can see out my window, the house that's behind me over here, right? The lights in the ceiling, all right? So I start here, I visualize this, and then I go through every single thing. And as I do it, I visualize here, and I don't just try to go straight back looking here. The easiest way to start to do it is gradually visualize every detail of the room, and then mentally in your mind, visualize everything, go around until you're facing this direction, but you're seeing this direction. This will start to open up your 360 view of everything, okay? Then, once you do that, start walking. And not actually physically walking, but walk in. At first, you're visualizing this, right? So essentially, it's your imagination that is doing this. You're conditioning your subconscious to be able to be comfortable walking outside of the body. So, so then next, I focus on this room. I get every detail I can. Then I'm going to go to the next room in my house. Where are all the cabinets at? What do the handles look like on the cabinets? What's the countertop look like? Is there a spot on the floor that was damaged 4 years ago that I remember that detail? What about a dog scratching on the drywall somewhere? Or there could be so many different things, but all these little details, all right? We get them all, and I go through the whole house in my mind, all right? I'm still sitting in this chair. I'm still in a state where I'm so relaxed that I'm right on the verge of falling asleep, okay? And I'm going to go through every single room in my house, and I am going to get all the details I can from every room. So do this the first time, then walk back through your house, actually physically. Let's say the next time you try it, or over the next few days, walk back through the house. Try to find more things that are really acute on the details, okay? And, once you do that aspect of it, do that a number of times, all right, throughout the whole house. So and here's another thing. So when you're visualizing this in your mind, I want you to actually, so if I'm walking by the kitchen counter, not with my actual hand, when I'm visualizing walking in there, I am going to put pressure on that counter. I am going to sit down in one of the chairs with my light body, with my astral. And I want to visualize that pressure that it feels when you're actually sitting down, when you have what we perceive as weight. So you can, again, subconsciously start to feel what it feels to feel things within the astral and make your association within the brain. Once you've done this, then, and I would recommend doing it like 20, 30 times, then start going outward, right? Go down the street, go down if you do the shopping, right? What's in all the grocery aisles? Where is everything at? What does it look like? How are they laid out? That would be a really hard one, right? Or just all the houses in the neighborhood. How many are there? What do they look like from above? And essentially what you're doing is you're creating a map of everything and letting your subconscious recognize that that it's not to block that, right? It's you're getting your mind comfortable in doing this. And once you do that, eventually you will be able to at some point what you do is, some people, like, let's say you're laying down and you're doing this on your back. Let's say you're in your bed or something like that, which I don't necessarily recommend because it's really hard not to fall asleep if you're laying straight flat back. But you can start there, and there's different techniques, right? A lot of people will try to turn and roll off the bed, not actually their physical body, but your astral body. You can try to do it like that. Some people will act like they're actually holding onto a rope and pulling themselves out. There's a number of techniques to do it, but literally feel the energy pushing out and releasing. And now I highly recommend not actually going up above, and because there's other entities and things up there that feed off your vessel. Essentially, that's what we are. We're ships. We're vessels. You have the body, the organic part. You have the spirit, that is the imprint of the body, or the etheric bodies, and then and you have the 7 etheric bodies, and then you have the soul, and the soul is the only thing that's everlasting, and the soul is what provides the energy to the astral or the etheric bodies, as well as the actual physical organic body. So I guess a lot of times when I say I had a spiritual awakening, actually it should be a soul awakening, because a spiritual awakening, is more so for the imprint of the body itself, and not so much for the actual soul, the gnosis. So anyways, yeah, let's just start there. So that's kind of how you would start the astral process. And then once you start getting comfortable with that, and the more you do it, the easier it will be to visualize everything. At first, it seems really hard, and because you can't get into the same type of detail because your brain hasn't been conditioned to do it. But once you start doing it on a regular basis, it becomes easier and easier. And when you're walking and doing things, feel what it feels like, the pressure on your foot when you're putting your foot down every step you take. Think about all these different things that are going on. Just like with your organic body, it's just your spiritual or imprinted body that's doing it. But anyways, that's all I'll say for today. Hope you have a blessed day. Namaste.